Sure. So if you know two things about the Quad City chapter, one of them is we were scheduled to close last August. Number of situations. Just didn't seem right, and so a number of us said, we've got to do something. And the result of that was kind of a takeover team, and you're seeing like 3 of the 5 members of the takeover team. And little hint, family first, okay? They'll do anything and not ask you too many questions, you just have to pay them back. So you've heard a lot about relationships this weekend, and one of the things we did initially when I took over as president in September was to begin rebuilding relationships with organizations. We have a relationship with the local hospital where we provide layettes for women who come to deliver a baby and don't have clothes to take the baby home in. In January, we got a call from the nurse case manager, and there's kind of a concern in her voice. Usually it's like, well, we need 2 boy layettes. Can you get them over here? A little concern, and it was Isaac. Isaac was born at 23 weeks, 1 pound, 13 ounces. He spent 4 months in Peoria, which is kind of like the neonatal center, and had just come back to the Quad Cities. They needed to release him. He was ready to go home in about 2 days, but they couldn't release him without a snowsuit. So they called and said, can you find a preemie snowsuit? And we were honored that we had that relationship with them. Being dumb, I said, sure, no problem. It's January, they'll be on the sales rack. Yeah. And so Pat and Marianne, I think 12 stores, 17 stores. Nothing. I was not looking on the sale rack anymore. It was like any price. And here's where family comes in also. Now, when I get together with my brother, we basically just hit each other in the arms. But apparently, when sisters get together, they actually talk. And Pat had scheduled some sister time with my sister Kathy. And she explained the situation. And Kathy says, you know, if you can give up some of the talk tonight, and you want to make that 2-hour drive across the state, I'll make a snowsuit tonight. Take back to that child. So Pat went up. I guess there was not a lot of talking, but there's a lot of sewing.
Oh, we are still talking.
Oh. The snowsuit came back, and I had the opportunity to bring that snowsuit, I thought, to the nurse case manager. I get to the hospital, and the nurse case manager said, would you like to give it to the mother? Okay. She takes me back into the neonatal intensive care area where this 4-pound child was. And when I saw the look on that mother's face of relief, that basically her odyssey was ending, that she saw her ticket to go home, I just had a couple realizations. One was why we're still in business as an organization. But the second was I had a realization of who the Christ was in the Christ Child Society. And I say this for me, but I say it for everyone here, that I am the Christ in the Christ Child Society. What do we call babies? Bundles of joy. And I think that's what I am called to be. That's what we're all called to be, is these bundles of joy that go out to the world. And the second realization I had in terms of being the child, in Christ child, was understanding why we exist. When I saw all of the elements of God's plan in this whole story, I realized that I am a child of God, and God has a plan for me.
Thank you so much. Thank you.